Welcome, everyone, to another Nerdstrodamus podcast. I'm Dr. Pants.
I'm Lambo.
I'm Punk.
I guess I'll go next. I'm so tired.
And?
Dad?
Dad, yes.
We have
like the
everybody.
It's the
The
first
whole
time that, all
Nerdstrodamus
of us
is
are
here,
together.
except we're not actually here together.
This is the only way we could get all five of us together.
Social
It
distancing.
took
This is-
a national emergency.
It's times like these you really want to bring the family together.
Yep.
And we are a family,
Aw.
as dysfunctional as we are,
Oh, pshaw.
for sure. But how's everybody doing? I haven't seen you guys in a while, so how's everybody?
It's a
making
good
it
thing you
through
haven't
this?
seen us.
Yeah.
I'm a wild
it's good
man.
you haven't seen us. We're all wild. I've got my non-rugged look. Like
Yeah.
I have been regularly trimming since the stream, since I've shaved, but not anymore. And I'm wearing a hat as well.
I basically
So-
had to go, like, I had to wash my hair down with, like, just a ton of water before I even tried to get on camera here. Yeah.
I didn't even bother.
It's bad. It's
Yeah,
bad.
that's what I did.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not on camera.
yeah, Punk's not here, but we can see everybody else. Well, I can't see you guys, but
Not
yeah,
yet.
Not yet. I will when the video comes out.
Ooh.
I'm just waiting for my phone to just stop recording.
Well, we've got backups and everything. We're all prepared for this.
Yes.
And hopefully this works, so that way we know in the future for any other pandemics or emergencies we can just do this.
You know,
Well,
or just next
hold
month
up.
when this one's
Hopefully
still
there's-
going on. You know?
Hopefully there isn't another one. So let's.
Yeah, hopefully not.
But there will be.
Not until 2120.
Wait, what?
That's very
'Cause-
true.
What?
Because the
Yeah.
1920s had a whole thing, and now the 2020s do, and the 2120s.
1820 had one.
Yeah.
1720 had one. Yeah, it's always on the 20s.
We're in the quarantine 20s, guys.
There was also a health epidemic, not an epidemic, but a worldwide health concern. Every single presidential election year within the last like 4 or 5.
I saw that.
We had like SARS, Ebola, bird flu was one.
Interesting.
They were all happening on presidential election.
Tinfoil hats, anyone?
Lucky for you.
Maybe not about this, because we're not a
Yeah, say mine's
we're
made
not
of
a
saran wrap.
political podcast. We're a video game podcast. So,
Lucky for
Video
you,
games.
Because of the quarantine,
What are
I'm
they?
out of tinfoil.
you should have stocked up. You should have stocked up, Dad. Or
There-
washed your old used aluminum foil.
Just gonna hang them up
Scrub.
and air dry 'em.
But let's actually talk about games, shall we?
Yep. I'm still playing video games. I'm actually playing a lot
Yay.
more video games than usual.
Yeah, I haven't. Too.
Me too,
I
actually.
actually
Yeah.
think everyone might be.
Uh,
I actually beat a
Actually,
game.
well, I'm.
You know, myself, Lambo, and Pants have been playing EDF the last several nights. It's been
Yeah.
absolutely nuts of a game.
We'll get into all that because we'll have plenty of time to talk in the end about what we played, right?
Oh, yeah.
Apparently, Dad hasn't been watching our content.
He
And
doesn't.
he doesn't know we talk about what we played at the end.
Don't watch.
We gotta do news first. There's a structure. Did you know? Oh, I didn't send you the notes. I was gonna ask, did you read the notes? But you don't
I
get
don't.
those yet.
I didn't.
I'll
open
throw the
it
notes in a
because my phone
text.
is being used.
What
Oh, yeah, I
say,
guess
Lambo?
it wouldn't be a good idea to throw the notes in a text to Dad.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
on
it
his
would.
phone.
It would. Send him the
Oh.
notes.
Ugh.
Well, to
Anyway,
be honest,
shall we?
I have a lot of things going.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think we all do in
Mm-hmm.
some way. Square Enix warns that it can't control the Final Fantasy VII Remake release date. At least the physical version, because,
Yeah.
you know.
It's just out of control.
See,
You
that's
can't
all
hold
well
it
and
back.
good to me.
What do they mean? Like, technically, they do control it.
They-
Like,
when I
they could be
first-
like, we'll push it back.
When I first read that headline, I was like, but you do! You're the ones in control of it!
I just picture Cloud like having like 8 people hold him back, and he's going berserk in like a bar. Like, you can't hold me back.
Wonder if that's distribution. instead of,
No, it's 100% distribution. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's-
for sure.
Yeah.
It basically said that due to some areas like closing down the borders or like international shipping or whatnot, it could affect when things make it to other people and whatnot.
I mean, something like this could totally affect the shift of digital versus physical copies. I mean, that debate has been since the last generation. This might be a push that maybe manufacturers even just stop making as many discs or physical copies after this.
Maybe.
It's totally something totally a topic of discussion for manufacturers.
The only thing is, because we know the specs of the new Xbox, the new PlayStation, like the amount of storage on them actually isn't all that much then right now.
Mm-hmm.
When we know,
there's totally a problem with storage space for sure.
Yeah, and
but
when we
you're
know
already
the
downloading
file
the
size
discs,
of games is going to just go up like from here,
Mhm.
and it's already through the roof.
Right. Yeah, you can put a total of maybe 3 copies of Destiny 2 on your PlayStation right now.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah. What I wanted to say in regards to this though is like, Square, how many more things do you need before you realize you shouldn't remake Final Fantasy VII? This is a sign.
See, I'm actually
Just
thinking.
stop.
I'm actually thinking all those companies that postpone their games are actually missing on a huge opportunity right now.
Oh, absolutely. Oh my
Oh,
god.
yeah.
Animal Crossing has
like-
literally blown the market out of the way.
Yeah, more people were on Steam concurrently at one time than ever the other day. Doom Eternal had sold ridiculous amounts times more than Doom 2016. You know,
The Nintendo Switch is sold out online everywhere.
yeah. Well, that's also
Yeah.
a distribution issue with the virus and stuff like that, though. Unfortunately.
Right, but with games like Animal Crossing, the special edition for that, also, funnily enough, I was looking into it because I want a copy of it, but Ring Fit Adventure is sold out everywhere.
It's
Because everyone wants to
been
get their
selling
exercise
out.
in indoors.
All of those.
Ring Fit Adventure's been selling out a lot of places. It's not easy to
All those
find.
fitness
It's
games that
tough.
Nintendo's ever put out have always done well.
I mean, after that mini direct, I really want it for that rhythm game, and also since I'm stuck indoors, I got to do something to kick off this ramen weight that I'm putting on.
Oh, good. I'm not the only one splurging on ramen.
Ramdon.
At 31,
Oh, my
I still
goodness.
have not ever eaten ramen.
Sounds like that's an episode.
What?
That's an episode.
What?
Dad eats
What?
ramen for the first
How
time.
is that even possible?
Yeah, can we make it in a coffee pot? Just make
I
it
wanna-
completely
Do
wrong.
it the real college way.
Yeah.
Well, that and should we give him Protzko's favorite ramen?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, let's just have 7 bowls of different flavors, and he just takes a bite out of each of them and reviews them. Just dad reviews ramen.
I would watch
That'd
that.
be great.
I would watch.
I mean,
that
I'd
as
be
well.
there recording it, but I would watch it.
And by the way, if you really want the college experience of heating one up, use the cigarette lighter in your car and you dip it into the ramen. After
Cars
pouring-
don't have cigarette
What?
lighters with cigarettes in them, or the lighter part in them anymore. Now they're just
Anymore.
charging ports.
Does anyone have a
okay,
1997 Ford Explorer?
Now, Corey, don't you remember? That's how Goofy heated up the can of beans in the Big Goofy.
I remember in a Goofy movie. While they
It
were
was.
listening
His
to
name's
Power
Lambo.
Line on the radio.
Oh yeah, you can sense
Powerline's my jam.
and the Bigfoot was doing the staying alive
The
in the
dance.
background.
That's
Oh
right.
my goodness, he was.
Oh yeah.
That movie's great. I'm looking at it on my shelf right now.
All right, so what's
I basically guilt tripped the lady to buying me.
so what's everyone playing tonight?
Nothing.
That's for the
We're
end of the
recording a
video, isn't it?
podcast.
You still got news.
Yeah, we're not done.
Oh,
We'll get
Dad,
there.
this is-
Dad, we're getting there.
Yeah, just hold on. Let's talk about that Nintendo Mini Direct because that came out of nowhere, right?
I think
Yeah,
everyone
there was no
forgot
news
it.
about that coming out
I don't
before,
think
wasn't
so.
it?
There's been speculation going on that something was going to happen, and then I think we all woke up one morning. It was like, hey, there was a Mini Direct.
Yeah, I learned about it because
This is like before I
my
woke
buddy. Yeah, I was at work and my buddy was like, "That new Xenoblade remake looks pretty spicy, but I don't know if I'd drop another 60 on it." I was like, "Wait, what?" And then he gave me the link, and it was like, I was like 20 minutes after the fact, and I was like, "Oh, all right, well, let's watch it." And that's the same exact time I think you punk messaged in the chat saying like, "Did you guys know there was a direct today?" So
Yeah.
yeah, we were all watching it at the same time.
Yeah, we
a
all
little bit
kind of
delayed.
simul watched it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
So there was the Xenoblade Definitive Edition, which is anybody picking it up?
I think I might.
No.
I am only 4 or 5 hours into the original Xenoblade for the Wii, and just for the convenience, I mean, I still have my Wii, but the convenience, the tech, the only thing that drew me back from Xenoblade is that it's such a massive game, and just a huge dream project of a game that the only limitation it had was the processing power of the Wii. So its textures and everything just made it look not very appealing. But
It
with
looked
that
like a
update,
PS2 game, you know.
right?
But
right.
it looked like a good PS2 game, like Final Fantasy 12
Well, yeah.
quality.
Right. Well, maybe a little less than 12, but yeah. But that would be the draw point for me, since I haven't beaten the game yet. I have my own personal story of how I got my hands on Xenoblade. I had to fly to Florida and drive 2 hours and pay $80 at a GameStop for it used.
Wow.
So,
When?
What?
When was this?
this was in like 2013, something like that.
I think he's told this story on Nerdstrodamus before.
Maybe somewhere. But
I think it's on the JRPG episode, like one of the first episodes with him.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe.
Roll the clip.
Maybe.
Don't do that. That's a lot of
No,
extra
no.
effort.
'Cause there might not be a clip. There might not be a clip.
It'll just be, I'll re-record myself and act like it's from that time.
I did want to bring up two things though with the Xenoblade Definitive Edition. That epilogue they added to it
Yeah.
is apparently immediately playable. You don't have to beat the game to get to it.
Oh, that's cool.
So for anybody who's already beaten it and you just want the extra content, you can just play it right from
And
the
then you
title
can just
screen,
like keep
which
the rest of the thing on your shelf. Yeah.
No, it's on the cartridge. Like you just pop in the cartridge and you can play the epilogue then.
That's what I mean though. Then you just like put the
Oh.
game on your shelf and not worry about it afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, there were some people who watched the trailer. I was one of them. There are small changes to the designs of some characters that are possible spoilers and are possibly confirming fan theories from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So they might have changed up the story a little.
That's
Really?
cool.
I mean,
Yeah,
it won't really affect it for me, but I'd love to know. Like, that's something I would get the game, I would beat it, and then look at some forums of being like what the differences are after the fact, and just kind of look at it that way.
Mhm.
But I made not a day one buyer, but that's definitely something on my list now because again, I really wanted to play Xenoblade, but going back to the Wii in 2020, it's a little tough.
Yeah,
It's hard.
It's rough.
It's hard.
And I think the controls would be a little better on the Switch. I mean, I know you're still having two, instead of a nunchuck and a Wiimote, it's better to hold the Joy-Cons or even a Pro controller.
Honestly, I played it with the classic controller, even on the Wii.
That's what I did. I had the whole control, like the little classic thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I actually did some old streams of it. Not on Nerdstrodamus, but it was fun.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a day one buyer, but that shouldn't be a surprise for anybody who watches this channel.
Nope. You
That's
love
very
everything
true.
Xeno.
Yeah, if you put Zeno in front of it, I'll buy it.
I mean, you
Xeno
could almost
butts.
make a Xeno month at this point.
What?
You can make a
Xeno
Xeno
butts?
month at this point. Like if you
Yeah.
bring back the streams and just stream playing all Xenoblade games and see how many you can beat in a month.
None of them. None of them in a month.
You could maybe beat
Well-
like 2 or 3 a year, maybe.
Well, I mean, like in the sense of you've already beaten. I don't know about all of them, but you've beaten most, right? The ones that you have.
I've beaten them all.
Okay, so you've beaten them all.
Oh,
so...
no. I didn't beat Xenoblade Cross. That's the only one I didn't
Okay.
beat, but I've beaten Gears, all the sagas, and all the Blades aside
So then,
from Cross.
in that sense of, do you remember how long it took you to beat Xenoblade Chronicles?
About 50, 60 hours.
Okay, so then that's with all the exploration and extra stuff that you did. How much do you think you could trim off if you were to play it a second time and just beat it?
See, I think 50 or 60 is the straight line.
Yeah, that's like the straight line
I
with a
did,
little
really-
bit
I
of
did seriously
grinding
nothing,
you're gonna have
and
to do.
I think my time was like 65 hours. Yeah.
And you just did the tried
I,
and true. You
I
didn't
just
like
beelined
explore
it
anything
right for the end of the
Really?
game. Yeah.
Okay. okay never
And
mind then.
and there's some grinding that has to be done in that game.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I've noticed it early in the game. I mean, I'm literally at the part of the game where the sniper chick, you're helping her rescue her brother, and you face like a
Sharla?
big robot man.
Sharla.
Shala.
But yeah, no, I mean that's the part I'm at, and that's literally 5 or 6 hours in. But speaking of other JRPGs for the Switch at this point, did any of you guys get a chance to play the demo for Bravely Default 2?
I downloaded it.
I was thinking
There's
about
a-
it. What? But
There's
I
a
don't
lot
understand.
to it. I mean,
Like-
I'm learning about it secondhand, but there's a lot to it. But it's
What?
So
it's in the sense that I mean I've never played Bravely Default, but the way the battle system works is obviously you defend to get a BP. BPs are what you use to attack, cast spells, blah blah blah. But you can also put yourself in negative
You don't.
BPs.
You don't have to use BP. Like, you do, but it refills every turn, but you can get extra by defending. And then you can, like, if you defend a couple of turns, you can then spam it to do, like, 3 magic attacks in the same turn.
Well, apparently you can spam it without getting it up either and just go into negative.
You can, yeah, but then you're incapacitated for a few turns rather than defending.
I hear
But you could use it as a Hail Mary, though, at the end of a battle.
Right. Well, I hear that's
yeah.
like the strategy to do against random encounters. You just have all 4 people use all 4 moves, get the random encounter over with, and you're done.
Yeah.
But
What didn't you understand, Punk?
So is this the sequel to Bravely Default or Bravely
Okay.
Second?
It's like, think of it as Final Fantasy, apparently, because it's 4 different heroes.
Yeah, Bravely Default 2 is going to be like what Final Fantasy 2 is to Final Fantasy 1. They're like similar games, but they're not connected story-wise from what I can tell.
And Bravely Second was connected to the
Okay.
first one?
Bravely Second was a direct sequel to Bravely Default because the characters came back, and it was like a continuation of that story. But
Okay.
yeah,
The only thing
I haven't
is,
played.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I haven't played the demo yet. I actually probably won't pick it up just because I got to the end of Bravely Default and gave up because the ending sucked.
Apparently, the demo, they increased the difficulty on purpose, and they place you in not the beginning of the game, but somewhere where you already have all your party members. And I don't know why they raised the difficulty. You think that would deter people from playing the game, because you would think like, oh, this game is too hard in the demo. Why would I buy the game? But another drawback that I heard was just like how you can do 4 attacks in a row at a deficit, so can any enemy. So if you get a random encounter of 4 enemies and you don't kill them on your first hit, they can all just spam 4 hits in a row each and just completely obliterate 1 or 2 of your party members. And the boss can also do that, and one of the bosses can heal while damaging you, so he can just do that 4 times in a row right off the get-go.
Yep.
It's like it's a weird system.
Yep, it was like that in the first game. You kind of got used to it, and it kind of just made sense after playing it for a little while. The first game also had a demo, though, on 3DS that was just like that, though, where it threw you in the middle of the game, where you already had all your party members, and you had a bunch of the job classes already, too.
The
The
one thing I don't like about it, and this isn't secondhand, is the voice acting for the English version. Like, did any of you pick up on that? How every party member is from a different part of Europe, and they have the one guy who is just super Irish for no reason that doesn't match his character design. Like, completely different from who you would think he would sound like. And he's just like, top of the morning, laddie! Like, it's just awful. It's so awful.
I'll be honest, the faces bother me. There's something weird about the design.
They don't have noses.
But that was a thing on the original version, but I think it's the fact that there's no noses, but they have pronounced lips now. Something's not right. It's like seeing Bugs Bunny without his gloves.
Ah.
That's just odd.
Yeah, it's weird. It's
offensive.
weird. It is
Apparently.
offensive.
Apparently.
I feel like I would like the game more if they used the art style that they were showing for like the character designs when they were showing them next to the 3D models. Like, that art is awesome. It's beautiful. They're like 2D character design art.
Yeah, to me, it's kind of Final Fantasy chic, like chibi chic.
Yeah,
You know?
like how they did the Chronicles and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I feel like that's what they did with the first game, where that, like, on the 3DS, I feel like that art transferred better.
The 3DS you expect, like, I don't think there's a single 3DS game that's not, like, super chibi, unless if you're going into Xenoblade 3DS, like that.
Yeah.
But, like, I can't honestly tell you any 3DS game that's not been kind of condensed into chibi.
Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater.
I forgot.
But that was that a port or an original game, though? Because I could argue Dragon Quest VIII as well.
Port, kinda.
Like, was it rebuilt?
I really don't know. I know it
Metal Gear
wasn't
Solid?
exactly the same game. Metal Gear Solid 3,
Yeah,
it wasn't the same
it was,
game.
it was a straight port, man.
It was not a straight port.
Yeah, it was.
No, it wasn't. They had to change stuff on that game.
Tell us in the comments.
I know it's not exactly the Metal Gear Solid 3. There were some things changed, but they might have poured it over and just like cut things from it. But I know it's not exactly Metal Gear Solid 3.
Yeah, I guess it's just a style they didn't want to like move away from quite yet. You would think switching from a console might like be the end all be all. Like let's move it a little bit, almost like how the Tales of series kind of transitioned, where they were like super chibi. Then in PlayStation 3, their legs got a little bit longer, and then finally they became actual people.
Yeah.
Actually, it is the exact same. Some parts are even better on the 3DS than the PS2.
How? It was broken up into weird, like, small, chunky levels.
Was it?
Like, it... Yeah.
I don't. It's not saying so, man.
I played it.
You played it, Corey.
Like, it wasn't, like, open areas like the other game. Like, every time you walk down a path, like... It would branch off into a different area to go to and everything. It was like small little chunks.
Pants, you're talking about Octopath Traveler now. Let's
you're
stick
talking
to the
about other
point.
things.
No, I'm not. There's a demo up on the eShop. Go download it and play it. And if you can prove me wrong, prove me wrong.
That sounds like we got to play two separate games at the same
Yeah,
time.
I know.
That sounds like a whole other episode.
You know what? Anyway, let's move on. Let's talk about the 2K collections coming out on Switch, because we're getting Borderlands, BioShock, and XCOM 2.
As much as I love these games being ported over, I think Nintendo needs to stop bringing a backlog of previous gen games to its console. Like,
hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna argue that like every one of these last gen ports are also on PS4 and Xbox One.
I agree. However, at this point, they were not released for the Switch when they were re-released for these other consoles. So you tell me, someone who wants to play Borderlands 2, who hasn't played Borderlands 2 yet, is like, you know what, for the Switch, this is it.
So I have not played
I'll do it.
Borderlands 2, but I don't want to.
You haven't played Borderlands 2 though,
No.
Pants.
What?
You haven't played. You played like 10 minutes of Borderlands 2 with me.
Right.
You have it for PlayStation already. Why would you re-buy it for the Switch?
Because I'd rather play it on the Switch.
Really?
I have.
Yeah, I could sit in the same room and play with my friends.
I have a very big draw to anything that comes to the Switch. If I can buy it on the Switch, and it's available on other consoles as well, I always buy it for the Switch first.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, I get that point, Dad. But when it comes to like, you don't own Borderlands 2 for anything else, do you?
No.
All right. Well, then that's perfectly fine. Pants already owns it, and he already has a campaign start with
Pants doesn't own it.
You don't own it anymore?
No,
Wow, that hurts me.
we never played it. We played it. Well,
We
I never played
started
it.
We started
Yeah,
it
and then
together.
I know.
Well, what happened?
But I just
Yeah.
What do you mean? What did you use it to trade in for?
I don't remember what I traded in towards anymore. That was a
Wow.
while ago.
Wow, I'm hurt.
You didn't even know till I just told you. You
Yeah.
wouldn't have known. If I hadn't brought it up, you would never have known.
I would have never have known, but I would have constantly bothered you still to continue that campaign because Borderlands.
You
2
have
is
not
one of
bothered me in forever about it.
because we haven't talked in forever. Pants. What happened to us?
We got quarantined. That's what
Yeah.
happened.
The world ended.
I'm excited that XCOM is
Yeah,
coming to
that's
Switch.
XCOM
awesome
could be
to play
a-
on Switch.
Yeah, that would be a really good game to play on Switch. I won't argue that.
Yeah,
for sure.
I even have it
So-
on my iPad, and it's fun to play there because it's that kind of game that just kind of works.
Yeah, it's just
So,
something good.
Here's my thing with it, though. It's not a collection. It's just XCOM 2 with all its DLC.
Well, XCOM 2 is like the big one, right? And like,
Yeah.
it's
It is, but it's just weird that they called it a collection, and it's more like definitive edition.
Well, they didn't really. What was the Borderlands one? Is that Borderlands 1 and 2, or was it?
Guys,
It's
I'm-
1,
I'm- but I'm-
2,
but I'm
and the-
looking at all of like 2K's thing, and they just call all their stuff collections, all their re-releases.
Right. Well,
Oh,
I
do
think
they?
Yeah.
I think the Borderlands one is just 1.5 and 2 because that's
No,
that was
it's
the Hanson
1, 2, and the
collection.
pre-sequel.
Really,
Yeah, it's the 3 games.
I
It's
find
everything
that-
but 3.
I find that real difficult to fit on one cartridge.
Oh, it's probably not going to. There's probably going to be a piece of it that's downloadable.
It'll either be a piece that's
Mhm.
downloadable
They'll probably
or two Borderlands 1 is going to be separate. They'll have 1.5 and 2 together, but Borderlands 1 will be separate.
Hmm.
That's how it's been marketed for every other console, at least.
And the BioShock's gonna be awesome. And yeah, Dad, like BioShock, if you haven't played any of those yet.
I have.
Yeah, you'd really like that.
Yeah, but honestly, those weren't even
I
the
might
coolest
get
re-releases they announced that day.
What?
Those weren't even the coolest
Oh,
re-releases
I
they
know what
announced
he's talking
that day.
about.
What was the other re-release?
Well, they announced Panzer Dragoon came out that day. Star Wars
the remaster?
Jedi Academy and Star Wars Episode 1 Racer.
That's the one.
Raise the
Why
I
is
have it.
everyone excited for it?
Because it's
I have it for
fantastic.
64. Wait, hold
It's
on, I'm gonna leave my
episode
camera.
1.
Yeah, but it's the best
Yeah,
part of episode 1.
Yeah.
I'm holding
Yeah,
my,
I know,
I'm
and
holding
it's-
my copy right now. Here's my
I
copy for the
don't-
64.
Get the appeal of pod racing.
Now this is real pod racing.
You shut up. You shut your
Did
mouth.
You ever play the pod racing arcade
Did you
game
ever-
where you sit in the car? And
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome. I would love to be a part of that.
It's
That
so
sounds
good.
like an anime convention, like whole Gundam casket they put you in.
It kind of was, wasn't it? Like you
Yeah,
were in the
that's
seat and you
awesome.
had like the 2 handles and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for the pod racing, is it like a complete rebuild or is it just like a straight port? Because it's
I think
hard
it's a
to look
straight port.
at.
Yeah, it's got to be a straight port.
Yeah.
Because I think all these Star Wars games they've been re-releasing have been straight ports, haven't they?
Yeah, but they have been like, it's got the graphical upgrades of just like the modern 3D
I
acceleration.
Right.
can't,
The-
I can't wait to not control a pod racer because, man, that game is hard to control.
Yeah.
They better have online play. Like, it just has to.
It's even Jedi Academy actually had 16 player online.
Yeah.
That blew me away.
Yeah,
Wow.
which
That blew me
that's
away.
really appealing. I kind of want to play
Yeah.
that one.
I never got to play that. That was a PC release
Yeah.
in that
Yeah,
era
I
when like
never played it either.
I had a computer, but I didn't have one powerful enough to run that at the time.
So
That
did you hear
that ninja game looks fun.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I was reading on Reddit, the Jedi Academy port to the Switch is going to have the same. I don't exactly know all the terminology, but the same kind of platform for online as it does with a PC. So they're thinking that there's going to be
crossplay. That's awesome.
Oh.
They're just
That is
gonna
cool.
revive like an old. How old is this Jedi
It's old.
Academy?
Oh,
Is that
this
new,
game
or-
is 20 years
Like
old.
25
Easy.
years old?
They're gonna revive a 25-year-old PC game to cross. Like, what are they doing with that? I mean, I'm sure there's one guy that's like super hyped that still has his like Mac OS 95 and is like, yes, I can play.
Oh, there's
it."
probably still there's probably a real dedicated fan base who's still playing that game and never went away.
Well, when it comes to servers, all servers do come to an end. I mean, Halo. There's like that article of 3, 4, maybe 5 years ago where Halo 2 servers finally ended. Like, there's no
Yeah.
way the servers
Aw.
continued
But
this
they're-
far.
But
The old Ultima game that came out in like the mid 90s, they have a fan server that's still running the online game. To this
Oh,
day.
Ultima Online.
Okay. Okay. So like
Yeah.
a personal server, maybe I can get.
yeah,
that.
that's what I mean. There was
Okay.
probably a fan server.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And the last thing from the direct to bring up is they announced the new Smash character, kinda.
Kinda.
Kinda. Well, I mean,
The-
What do you mean the last thing?
Well, there's still that
That's
ninja
the last
game
thing
that
I'm-
we kind of like put. I literally said it and that was it. But for tagging both of those, I thought the Arms character was going to be announced a lot sooner. Like that's something that
Yeah.
I thought was going to be like DLC Pack 1 because it just makes sense. It makes.
I mean,
so
I thought it
much
was going to
sense.
be a packed-in character originally.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. I thought
lot
it was
of
gonna
people
come
did.
with it. Like
Yeah.
that was a series that almost carried the Switch for a little bit because that's all it had for a moment there.
So, not to be sidetracked, but anyone else surprised that they did like a free trial for Arms now?
I think that's the start of something they're going to be continuing with other games, and I think Smash is a good excuse to start it.
They did that before. The Mario Tennis.
Mhm.
Yeah, that got a demo after it came out, and so did something else.
I want to say this one's like a month
But
though,
this-
isn't it?
This one's like 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's like 2 weeks.
Is it 2 weeks?
Something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like the first 2 weeks of April.
But this game has been out for how
Well,
long?
yeah.
Like since the launch of the Switch.
Yeah.
I agree with that, but I think the Smash announcement is a good excuse for them to try to boost the sales of it. Maybe
Yeah.
it's totally
Yeah.
a marketing decision. I mean, Arms, I can't see Arms sales-wise doing like super great outside of necessity for people who had a Switch, because again, library wasn't that big when it came out. But
Right.
totally now, like directing attention back to its original hits, because I think Arms is a great game. I've never really played it, but I love its concept.
It was interesting to play. I played it when the
different.
Yeah, when the original demo came out, I played it for a while and I kind of liked it. It was just the motion controls were kind of nuts.
I think I will find it more interesting to play as the Arms character in Smash than to play Arms.
I wonder if there's
as
going to be a
2D
specific
fighter, it might be cool.
control scheme to like control it with the motion controls.
That would be dope.
That would be
if like
yeah.
you could use motion controls with the Joy-Cons to play as them if you have 2 Joy-Cons.
I'd love that.
That'd be
Kind of like
super
how
cool.
Kind of like how like Ryu and Ken from Street Fighter, you can actually input the Street
Yeah.
Fighter commands to do their special moves.
that's
I mean,
sweet.
it would really limit people who only have like the Pro Controller or something like that, though. So I wonder if they would even attempt it. I mean, I think it would be super cool.
I mean, everyone would have the Joy-Cons. The system.
Well, yeah, everyone.
Well,
has,
they would.
but what if the whole Switch market was like when you first got a Switch, you automatically have 2 controllers? So what if like that's the whole spiel?
Yeah.
Unless you have a Switch Lite, then you don't have.
Well,
it.
then you don't
Oh yeah,
have
I guess
it,
you
right?
wouldn't. Wow,
Mhm.
good call. Yeah.
I would imagine it would be like, again, the Street Fighter characters where you have the option to do that, but you can just play it like a normal Smash
Right.
character.
Sure.
I mean, that would be a nice touch, and Nintendo's known for its polish, so I wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah.
So it is something hopeful to be about.
Yeah. Does anybody wonder with them doing this ARMS character release that there might be an announcement of an ARMS 2 or something?
I wouldn't put it past them. I mean,
Yeah.
ARMS was something they really pushed for. I mean, I'm a big fan of new IPs, so ARMS was a big breath of fresh air, much like when Splatoon just smacked everyone in the face. Like, Splatoon just
Yeah,
took
I
the
just-
world
I'm
by
gonna have a
storm.
thing though. I think ARMS needs a single player mode, kind of like Splatoon had.
Yes.
Yeah, it does.
absolutely.
That would be super cool.
Yeah.
That you had like all these characters you could play through like a single player mode.
If
then
if you added
the
like a
multiplayer was
story,
Yeah. I think that
Yeah.
would be
totally
sweet.
agree. Like a dojo mode or something.
Or but even like a
Mhm.
small little like couple of
With a
worlds to play
story.
through, some bosses.
Mhm.
You know.
Wholeheartedly agree.
Mm-hmm.
Shall we move to talking about what's coming out in April, in this month?
Well, do we want to talk about DLC that just came out for this month at all? Because apparently the last 2 days has been absolutely insane of content. Like you had Borderlands 2 DLC just dropped. You had Control DLC
Borderlands-
that just dropped.
It's Borderlands 3.
It's all Borderlands.
We use Borderlands 2.
I
It's not
know.
getting DLC anymore.
That's why you would be surprised because I got DLC 10 years later. But nah, Borderlands 3 DLC just came out. Control DLC just came out. Resident Evil Biohazard demo was supposed to be out.
Well, the Resident Evil 3 demo came out, just not
yeah,
Resistance,
it
right?
was that
Yeah.
too. Yeah, they both.
Yeah.
Well, they were supposed to both drop at the same time. Sony, I
Yeah.
guess.
Isn't
with
Resistance like on the with Resident Evil 3?
Resident Evil 3?
That's supposed to
Yeah.
be like
Yes.
the multiplayer mode
Yeah.
of it.
Cool.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
yeah, I mean, there was just a lot that just came out Tuesday that's just been insane. And I mean, yeah, there's and going into next month, like Animal Crossing has its free update for the Easter
Egg Day.
stuff, Egg Day. Egg.
It's not Easter, it's Egg Day.
Can I offer you an
Collect
egg in these
those
trying
eggs.
times? But yeah, I mean, I just wanted to blitzkrieg those because I mean, my goodness, that's a lot of stuff that came out in just a week. And Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, that DLC just came out.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
it's Battle of Gods stuff. So Beerus, Super Saiyan God.
Wait,
Yeah,
it's out?
Like it's already out, and you can they updated so you can go to Bulma and redo side missions that you may have missed. So you can go back in time and redo side missions.
I thought it was only the Time Machine and then Battle of Gods was coming out later. I
I'm
didn't see that it was just like
Pretty
dropped.
sure it dropped because I think it dropped literally 5 or 6 days ago because I lent my copy out and I saw the Facebook group post it. And I mean, someone can fact check me now if they want. I don't have any access to do that right now,
Yep.
but I'm
it
pretty sure that just
says
dropped.
It's called New Power Awakens, Dragon Ball Super, Beerus, God of Destruction. Yep, and Whis.
Yep. So
And
my
you get
friend's
your Super
borrowing my
Saiyan God
copy,
stuff.
and I'm like super antsy because I'm like in quarantine now, and I want my Dragon Ball. I want it. God, I put that game revitalized my video game Boyhood, because my goodness, I put so much time. I 100% it. Like, my goodness. Wow. Anyway, let's move to April. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I did not know about all of that DLC. I knew about the Borderlands 3 one. I figured you'd bring that up at some point, but...
So quick pause. The DLC is actually not out yet. The free DLC for the Time Machine is. The Battle of Gods is not out. That's supposedly next month.
Really? Okay. Well, all right. I can
Yes.
cool down for
Oh,
a
sorry,
little bit.
they unveiled it. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Then they unveiled too much because they had a full menu of how to do it along with all the pictures. That's stupid. They shouldn't have done that.
Well, they released the Time Machine, so you can do all
I'm
of
fine
that
with
stuff.
that,
It's just the
I missed
it's
one
the
side
Battle of
mission
Gods
that's
stuff
been
is not out.
bothering me. It's Goku's welcome back party after he recovered from the Android 20 heart disease.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, April, what's coming out?
Anyway, April. So we got Resident Evil 3 coming out, the remake of that.
So I'm actually really excited. I don't know if any of you guys played the demo for that yet. It's a lot like 2 remake, but it's harder and more actiony.
Oh, God.
That's how the original 3 was, though.
Yeah.
The original 3 was basically like the action. That was what the movies were sort of based on, ultimately.
Are they making a new movie?
No, it's a
No, they ended it.
No, they're
Oh,
making
wait,
a
yeah.
series or something on Netflix.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, good call. Yeah.
I forgot they were like rebooting that
Yeah, I knew there was some sort
visual
of
franchise.
Yeah, they were doing something with it.
Yeah.
But I'm not a big horror guy, as people may know on the channel. But it makes me really happy of the love and dedication that Capcom has put into these remakes. It almost makes me believe that Capcom cares about what their fans want, but we all know they don't.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah, praise Capcom, sure.
I will never praise Capcom.
Yeah, they had this
I will never do that.
big push to put out Aladdin from the Sega onto the Switch, and didn't even put the Super Nintendo version.
Yeah, I know, right?
Makes me mad.
Wasn't the Genesis version harder?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
It's harder.
but-
The Super Nintendo version's better.
It
That's
was
an
better.
unpopular opinion,
Yeah.
but it's better.
It isn't. But here's the
I
deal:
think it's
among
better,
people
too.
who played it's really good though. It's really fantastic. But as Resident Evil 3, the reason that game back in the day was so freaky was you were still in tank controls, but like Nemesis could just bust through the wall at any moment and kill you.
I remember that.
And
I
he
remember
just
playing.
stars, and he just ran towards you, and like you and your like random tank controls like couldn't turn fast enough or do anything crazy. And that they actually, that's I think the game where they actually instituted the auto turnaround, button. So you could like just bolt the other direction if you needed to.
Yeah, there's actually a dodge now with Resident
Really?
Evil,
That's
the
awesome.
new
That's
remake.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully this leads to. I mean, we've spoken about it before. At least Lambo, Pants, and I about Dino Crisis with that new trademark that they have. I mean,
Yes!
hopefully that gets that.
That's
love.
what I want.
Like if it gets that same love, my goodness.
Oh, man. I love Dino Crisis.
Like I
never played the original Resident Evil. I played Dino Crisis, and I would love to see that come
Yeah,
back.
that would be amazing. Like that would be such a weird thing to bring back and give that same sort of love. But what else would the trademark be? I mean, if it's not, it's either a direct port or it's the same treatment they've been doing with Resident Evil recently. And I mean, honestly, it would be fun either way. But if they gave that same treatment, that would be absolutely insane.
And I love that it would be the same number of years after the Jurassic World movies as the original one was after the Jurassic Park movies.
That is a nice.
Oh, that's
nice
weird.
That
Yeah.
is weird.
Yeah.
Freaking my mind.
So, speaking of remakes, the Final Fantasy VII remake comes out this month.
Supposedly, maybe.
Digital.
Well,
It'll
it'll
release date.
get released digitally.
It'll launch.
The
True.
only thing that bugs me, I haven't played the demo yet for it, but I can't get past it removing the turn-based system. Like I feel like they changed a little bit too much, and I know that may sound old-fashioned, but maybe I'll change my mind when I play the demo itself.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Like,
I don't know,
give
man.
it a go, and there's enough turn-basedness in there that you're not going to feel too weird about it.
Yeah,
It
it
just-
kind of works.
I mean, it's already so. I mean, obviously, it's already so different because graphically speaking, like they put a lot of care into the game. Like clearly, they're trying to make something great, but they're also trying to make something of their own, whoever the team may be, because clearly maybe only like a handful of people are still part of this team that made Final Fantasy VII, so they want to make it, the new people want to make it something of their own, which is fine. It's totally fine. I can totally appreciate that in an artistic standpoint, but I don't know, I feel like they might be trying to change too much to make it their own thing, so I guess I'll try the demo and see for myself, but it's going to be real hard to get past that this is just part 1 and see how far part 1 goes before part 2 for PS5 comes out and forces everyone to buy a new console to continue the story.
Part 2 won't come out till the PS6.
You're right.
Yeah.
And then part 2 will accidentally become Final Fantasy 17, and then they'll make part 2 of Final Fantasy 7.
Whoa. The remake was the demo was fun though, but I actually enjoyed the demo for Trials of Mana more.
Oh,
I have
and
that
that
for my
comes out
Switch.
this month.
Oh my god, I'm looking. I have it for my Switch. I want to get the collection of the whole remake of Trials of the first one, third one.
Yeah, Adventure, Secret, and
Well,
Trials.
they have that out already as like the original games,
Yeah.
but I want to get like the remake of Trials of Mana.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That one for
I wanna-
PS4.
okay.
Honestly, I'm gonna play this, and if that one is any as good as this one, I'm totally going for it for the PS4.
Well, are they linked? Is it like a? Do they have the PS4 one that was released on Switch as well, or no?
No. But I would get it on PS4.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
the PS4 is the only place that got like Adventure and Secret remake.
Okay, so what I might do then is I'll play the demo. If I like the demo, I might get the new Secret of Mana on PlayStation first, and then I'll get the new one on Switch.
Yeah.
The only
'Cause the
only
love in it is
downside to
just
this
insane.
one.
Both of them are on PS4 though. I mean, it's on both PS4 and Switch though, the new one.
Yeah, the new one is.
Yeah.
The other 2 remakes aren't though.
I'm
But
kind of in the same vein as Dad though, for like games kind of like this. Like if it's on the Switch, I'll get it for the Switch.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Oh yeah.
I just wish it was
Just-
multiplayer like the original.
I was gonna say the same thing.
that'd be
I really
dope.
wish it was multiplayer.
Because after playing it, I'm like, this would be so fun with more than one
Well,
person.
yeah, it's so easy. It's like 3 party members. You could easily just pass a Joy-Con to someone. Like,
yeah,
man,
it's
it'd be so easy.
but
Well,
it is
that's-
really fun to bop between characters and stuff though in it.
Yeah, that's how I used to
Yeah.
play old JRPGs with my buddy like years ago. Oh my god, we played Legend of Dragoon, and he would be the main character. I literally pick a party member, and like no matter what he said, like that party member had to be part of it, and then he would just pass the controller over, and I'd be him.
Oh yeah,
And
Dad,
it's
you and I
awesome.
did that
Oh,
when we
yeah.
play Mario RPG.
It's awesome.
Actually, what we
You
used
just
to
do
do
it,
is
huh?
we had some of the earliest wireless controllers.
Oh
And you
yeah,
had a little switch that you could change the controller from player 1 to player 2. So we both put it on player 1. And then during battles, you would control Mario and whoever, and I would usually be like Bowser.
Yeah, you were
Gino,
usually Bowser. Yeah.
And that's how we
It's
do it.
awesome. That's super cool.
Mm-hmm. Good times.
I
Anybody?
think we had also
Other
used to do the
times.
same thing with Donkey Kong.
Crystal Coconut.
No, shut up. No Crystal Coconut.
How
Doesn't
dare you?
exist.
How dare you? The Crystal. It is. It's referenced in the games. It's canon. Shut up.
I know. I'm really sad.
How dare you? How dare you? I'm looking at my copy now. You know, honestly, this is a good time in quarantine to just watch the entire season.
Yeah, I was gonna say to binge the rest. You should take
It's
notes.
beautiful. Where's my phone? My phone. It's a new phone now, but everything converted over. I have notes and comments of the first 7 episodes. I do.
Jeez.
I was prepared to make a series of videos with you guys of this.
We still need to. We can do that.
We can.
You could just vlog it. You
I
could just do
could.
your own selfie video and just
once a
vlog
week
about
special
it.
when
Vlog it.
Nerdstrodamus presents Slow Tad's Nonsense, episode 1, Donkey Kong Country and the Crystal Coconut. I totally could do that. Man, let's waste everyone's time.
So 2 more things coming out in April. Is anybody getting Gears Tactics?
Nope.
Nope. Does it come with pop
No.
figures?
No?
That was a weird
Well-
question that Parents doesn't know the answer to.
Well, wasn't like
Why?
wasn't like their whole there was a whole big announcement of like a mobile Gears of War game that involves exclusive
Yep.
pop figures.
Yep,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
already out.
Oh.
Punk knows what I'm about. Come on, Pants.
Ugh. Well, first of all, the only reason I know this game's coming out is because I went on the wiki page and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot that was a thing.
Because you Googled things that are coming out in April.
Yep. And I didn't even put it all down because, like, does anyone care about Disaster Report 4? No? Okay.
Maybe.
Really?
Flight Simulator.
Why
Is
not?
that in April?
There's a demo. I was thinking about
I
it.
played the demo. What, didn't we get a lot of hate for the Flight Simulator reaction?
Oh yeah. Because we like.
Did we? I'm pretty sure. Was that last year or the year before?
Yeah, that was this
'Cause
past year. Yeah.
I remember,
Yeah.
like, I don't remember saying anything bad about it.
We
Everything.
didn't,
I think
but we were like, oh.
I think
Flight
it was like a
Simulator.
situation where, like, we looked at, like, we were like, wow, this game looks really, really good. Wow, the textures. This just looks so good. And then it said Flight Simulator, and we were like,
Yeah, God forbid you say one bad
It
thing
was-
about something like
yeah.
that, and the internet will hate you.
It was the
for
insane Flight Simulator fans that like lost it on us.
Yeah, that's kind of like
The
They're-
comments
they're
were
mu-
the
amazing.
year before.
They're a lot like Forza fans.
Yeah.
Um,
I have an
If
idea
they
for
had
a series, by the way, for a video series. When a game comes out, we review all of the comments we got about the original reaction video.
But then you play the game afterwards and make your
Yeah.
own assumptions.
Exactly. That'd be really funny.
That'd be dope. That'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
yeah.
All right, so we got to buy Forza Horizon. We got to buy Forza 4. We got to
No.
get Flight Simulator.
Why God? Why?
Where's our budget?
I
Where's
think I
our
already
budget?
own Forza Horizon.
Guys,
so-
our number one video that isn't KupoCon related and has the most hate is Destiny 2 Forsaken.
Well, yeah, no, duh.
I mean, I played plenty of that already. I mean, I don't anymore, but I used to.
Slow Ted, I have to ask, was it the Vault of Glass?
It might have been. I don't know. That was, I mean, honestly, that was almost a legit reaction. Like, that was me asking an honest question because I hadn't played Destiny in so long watching it.
Apparently it was not a legit reaction
Apparently
because
it
so many
wasn't.
people were...
You know what?
Oh
I'm
my
okay
God.
with that.
I'm just gonna
glad
rename
it's
that
become a
video
staple.
away from being Filthy Casuals, and I'm just gonna be, "Is this the Vault of
Yeah,
Glass?"
just change the title of it, please. Like, that's got to be a staple. If we ever get, like, expanded merch, that has to be a shirt. It's just, is this
Oh
the
my
Vault
God,
of
yeah.
Glass?
It's been brought up so many times at this point.
It's too
Yeah.
much. It's too much
Yeah.
for one mind to handle.
The dad meme. Scroll. Is it the Vault of Glass?
Only Snarls has access to that meme.
I could scrub it. I could probably scrub it
All right.
and make a clean one.
As long as Dad doesn't mind us using his image.
And his likeness.
Oh, Dad,
his
you could
likeness.
probably ask Snarls for a clean one.
I probably could.
Yeah, he'd give it to you.
I'm sure.
You know he would.
Yeah. So let's talk about what we played this month because the past few weeks I feel like all of us have gotten in a little bit more game playing.
Yeah.
A little bit more. Who wants to? Do you want to start, Pants, then, since you're kicking off?
Okay, yeah, I can do that. So I got Animal Crossing New Horizons,
Ugh.
and I've been playing that for the past week. I play about an hour every day, collect my fruit, my wood, my bugs, my fish,
Are you one of
expand
those?
my house.
Are you one of those people that kept resetting your world until you got the right fruit and the right people?
No, I didn't care.
No, you're trying to get really good. What's the thing in Pokemon?
The
Real good
IVs,
initial
or
values.
natures, the
Yeah, real
natures
good
that
initial
they
No.
use.
values.
No,
Gotta get
I
that
am
shiny Animal Crossing.
I don't know if this is redundant, but I am a casual Animal Crossing player.
Would you be a filthy casual?
Probably, yeah, because there are people out there who are posting like how far they've gotten in the game already, and I'm like, how? It's only been
They're
out
doing-
for like a
it's
week.
It's the time skip. People have been time
Yeah,
skipping
yeah,
'cause
people
they
are-
don't want to wait.
Yeah, people are. Yeah, which okay,
They're
I'm not
the
doing
filthy
that.
ones.
Yeah. And as Dad brought up earlier in the podcast, we've been playing EDF 5,
We have been. It's been fun.
which is amazing.
I spent an hour grinding today and got an extra 40 health.
Proud of you. Proud of you.
I will one day reach 1,000 like you, Pants. But unfortunately, someone had to grind a lot more than us.
Listen, sometimes I just boot it up and I play. I'm sorry. On that note, I downloaded today EDF Iron Rain.
I was excited, especially today after hearing that. Like, what's your impression?
Oh my god, it's I don't know. It's so different. It doesn't feel like EDF, but it does at the same time. There's so many customization options, but you don't unlock weapons by killing bugs. Like, the bugs don't drop armor and weapons anymore. They drop crystals, which you use as currency to buy weapons and increase your health and everything. And you have health items. You don't have to pick up health on the field. You can still, but you can like bring recovery packs with you.
Is that
and
also purchased?
They restock every mission. And you have them unlocked to begin with, but you can buy some that refill more health, and you can buy items that resurrect teammates, which means you're not spending your health to resurrect them, but you can only do it so many times.
Right, it's a finite amount.
That's not going to work for us. When we're dying 8, 9, 10,
is there
10
still
times
rolling
battle.
around?
No, there's actually a jet-powered dash.
Ooh.
Yeah, so the big change in this one is every character has a I think it's like it's like a PA suit, and it's basically like just an exosuit that like goes over the arms and legs, and it runs on energy, and you can use that to dash. You can use it to fly if you pick the jetpack, and you get an overheat mode where you like burn all of your energy all at once, and you go into rapid fire weapon reload mode where you just you can continuously fire almost.
Are those like the choices
like,
of the 3 classes then, or?
I only have 2 right now.
There's 4 classes, and it's really close to like the Ranger Wing Diver.
Okay.
Yeah, it's close
Right now,
to what it was.
Yeah, I only have the Ranger suit, which gives me the dash, and the Wing Diver suit, which allows you to fly.
Okay.
But the whatever the new kind of Air Raider class kind of thing has, I think can also fly as well.
Oh yeah, I think for a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. It's limited.
My favorite improvement to it though is if you get knocked down, there is a quick recovery button.
That changes
so you don't like
everything.
You don't ragdoll around immediately. You can hit that and just get up and be like, yes!
That changes everything of EDF.
Also, it's way more story heavy. Like,
well, it's
they're
like the
giving
whole
me
gritty thing, like.
Well, they're also giving me bios on like all the characters in my squad, and they have personalities
and families, and this is their date of birth.
Yeah.
And how many days to retirement they are, you know.
One day.
No one has mentioned that yet. And there's some there was a new bug type by Mission 3.
Flying frogs.
They're called bomb bugs.
Oh.
They look like giant cockroaches. They can shoot fire out of their back end to move faster. And they explode.
That's awesome. Yeah, I can't wait to play. I think that'll be a nice thing to move over to after we beat 5.
Yeah, that'll be fun. That's probably when I'll buy it, is when we're finished with 5.
And it has a competitive mode.
How?
I don't know. I can't get on it because no one else is playing it.
It's 8-player, yeah. The competitive mode is 8-player, and then you can play up to 6 players with the co-op.
Yeah. But that's it for me. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop gushing about EDF. So.
Dad, what'd you play this month?
I finally beat Red Dead.
Oh, nice!
Yay!
Yeah. Are you the first one among us? Anyone else beat Red Dead?
I've beat it a while ago.
I never played it.
I guess you can't really count me because pretty sure I beat it a couple months after it came out.
Yeah, but just playing it like maybe a half hour a night or so, it took me, a year to beat it. So it's all right though. I feel like I got my money's worth out of it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's what matters.
Yeah, it's totally worth it. It's such a good game.
Have you tried playing online at all?
I just started playing the online part. I haven't gotten really deep into it. But earlier today, I was trying to visit like the other 2/3 of the map that you don't uncover by just playing the regular missions. So, just checking that out.
Nice.
Right now,
Cool.
I'm gonna try and actually beat Just Cause 4. But it's such a gigantic game. I don't think I'm ever gonna beat it.
Yeah, those games are insane.
I didn't even realize there was a 4. I thought it stopped at 3.
Oh,
It came
no.
out really soon after 3, actually, like surprisingly soon.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Force pretty
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah.
They're
That's probably
tornadoes. But yeah, after I played and beat oh crap, what's it called? The Star Wars Jedi. Yeah.
New Order.
Yeah.
New Order, yeah.
Or Fallen
Fallen
Order.
Order.
Fallen
Fallen
Order.
Order.
And I played through
Is that
over
good?
the holiday season. Beat that. That was amazing.
Yeah, that game looks so much fun. The gameplay just looks insane.
It was insane because I was playing a lot of Red Dead before I played the Jedi game, and the speed of the two games are totally opposite of each other. So I had some adjustments to do when I started Star Wars.
Yeah.
But that was an amazing game. It ended way too quick though. Like it totally should have been a bigger game, but it was a lot of fun. But yeah,
Nice. Did you want to go next then, Lambo?
I've been playing the Mega Man Zero ZX collection. I beat Mega Man Zero, and I'm halfway through Mega Man Zero 2. Loving it. Pants and I did the Z Chaser game. That was pretty awesome.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
Until we went into quarantine, we were playing a bunch of Darksiders Genesis as well.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I can't wait to play that again eventually.
Yeah, that's so good.
Yeah. Doom Eternal is the thing I'm like currently obsessed with right now. It's just everything about it's better than the last one somehow.
No,
I
is
like
Doom
that
Eternal like an actual sequel, or is it like...
Yeah, it takes place like years afterwards. So like in the original, you were sort of like, you know, just discovering you're Doom guy, and then in this one, it's you've been Doom guy for a long time, and people know who you are, and and there's like
I really wish
stuff
that-
about you. Yeah. There's actually these great scenes where you like walk through and there's like other humans who know who you are and they like get out of the way and they like freak out when they see you.
That's
you know,
awesome.
like you're a celebrity.
You sign autographs on your way through.
Yeah. On butt cheeks. Yeah. And no, but like the difficulties ramped up ridiculously. Like right out the gate, there's a couple of moments that are as hard as some of the later level stuff in Doom 1.
I was gonna say Doom
And-
1 seemed pretty easy. Like there wasn't really much of a difficulty. You can just literally just melee people.
There's a
throughout the whole
nice
game.
spike in this game. Yeah. And then I like that there's actually sort of like a hub world too. It actually, I'm going to say the game that it reminds me most of is sort of like God of War, actually, the newest one. There's a hub world to go back to unlock a bunch of stuff in, and you can kind of explore freely afterwards. And then you can kind of Metroidvania your way through earlier levels to go pick stuff up that you missed. So there's like kind of a cool exploration kind of thing going on in it.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
So I love it. It's everything right now.
Cool.
You.
Nice. I suppose I'll go next. I've been playing a lot of .hack recently still. I don't know when the last time I was on a podcast. I'm not sure if I mentioned I was playing .hack, but since
Probably
the
only a
last
few
time
ago.
yeah, maybe. If anyone remembers me saying I've been playing .hack, I beat parts 1 and 2. I am on part 3, which is what's it called? Redemption is what it's called. .hack GU Redemption, and it's a lot
Is it
better
redeeming at all?
than part.
Oh, okay,
It's-
so it is redeeming.
It is a little bit. I've told Pants, I've told Lambo before. After Fairy Fencer Up, I know I've talked about Fairy Fencer Up. That was in like our top games and worst games of the generation. But moving into .hack, part 1 was the main character is just not a likable guy. He's just a dude who's like, I want to be super powerful. I want to be the best and the strongest. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you care about me. And it's also just taking place in an online game. And it's like, dude, like just go grind some mobs then or something. I don't know. But moving on to part 2, there's like this weird transition where in like cutscenes he's like a good guy, but in like in-game, in-engine cutscenes, he's not. He's still kind of a jerk. But in part 3, like it's been literally addressed to the player of like, hey man, you used to be kind of a jerk, but now like you're kind of a good guy, and you're like, yeah, I know. And it's like it's been following the good guy narrative from now on, and it's like, yeah, okay, I can get behind this character now that they've literally said it out loud that he's gonna be good. But maybe I've just been taking a better turning point of listening to the story more, but it's totally a good set of games where it does a really good job making it feel like you're in an MMO where they have forums and stuff that like the game sets up and makes people post in. And if you really want to dive deep, you really can, because there's so much things you can read about just random forums that make it seem like a game. But I think I might actually end up beating that tomorrow, because the games aren't very long. They're like 20 hours or less each. But I've been playing that.
Yeah, and then part 4 is like
it's like
super
2 hours,
short.
So it's like a DLC to part 3. But I'm excited to finally beat that, because once I do that, reeling back, the next game I'm playing is God of War. Flat out. So that'll be the next thing I play. And then after that will be Spider-Man. But I've been playing...
Because Punk, you conquered it. You like Platinum God of War, didn't you?
Yes, I just did that recently because for some reason I didn't realize you can change the difficulty.
I'm ready for that big slap in the face of playing Fairy Fencer F and then Dot Hack, and then God of War just hits me in the face, like just backhands me with his
God of War is just fantastic.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Mm-hmm.
I've also been playing on my Switch more recently since I've been home, but playing Tales of Vesperia, the re-release for that. So that's what I've been playing.
All right, Punk.
Well, yeah, I actually haven't been playing anything new. I've been kind of holding out for Persona, which is coming out in like 3 days,
Would
2
you still
days.
call that new? Because it's the same game except for extra stuff.
So much extra stuff, though.
The extra stuff is new.
No, I'm excited.
But yeah, I've been playing. Yeah, I can't wait. But Siege, of course. New operators came out. I don't remember if they came out. I think they came out this month. I don't know. They came out. And then Call of Duty dropped Warzone, so I've been dropping in.
Is that fun? I saw that
and
on the PlayStation Store. Yeah.
I think it's fun.
It's free. Yeah,
I mean, it's free, so
you can try it out.
Basically, just like
it's
the multiplayer.
Yeah.
It's
a battle royale. 150 players.
It's just a really big download.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if you don't have if you don't have the new game, you have to download like the full game plus that.
Mm-hmm. And it kind of sucks because they have this whole thing where you can buy like stuff. You can buy like UAVs or whatever, and you can buy out a loadout drop, which you get your loadout from the multiplayer. So people that have been playing this game since launch have like the best loadouts. So they'll just get their best weapons, and if you're just dropping in like first time player, you have to deal with the weapons that you find on the ground. So I mean, there's a chance you're going to get really good ones.
That seems like a weird practice.
They definitely have advantage.
That's a weird practice.
Yeah.
Royale for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's nice because like as you rank up and like play the game and rank up, you can actually get your loadouts built the way you want them to. So you have like weapons that you're used to, but until you get there, you're kind of at a disadvantage. But besides that, since Harvest Moon came out, I started playing Minecraft again.
Harvest Moon just came out again.
Animal Crossing.
Same
Wow, I don't know
thing.
why I said Harvest Moon.
It is.
Yeah, same thing,
I was
right?
just confused for a second. I was like, I don't remember Harvest Moon coming out.
Hold on, it's not the same thing. I can't date anyone in Animal Crossing.
I think we're all talking about Stardew Valley.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all I've been really playing, really.
Nice.
Well, gentlemen, I think that wraps it up for this month's podcast.
Yeah, I hope everyone out there stays nice and safe and follows CDC recommendations, all that stuff.
Yeah, let
Stay
us know
home.
what you've been playing in this quarantine, because my goodness, I think this is the most we've ever talked about actually playing games ourselves. At least me.
Yeah.
Oh my
We all
god.
had more than one thing to talk about in our game section.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I I know Lambo, you're gonna put out some kind of vlog that you're doing, right?
Yeah, I'm going to be doing a Doom Eternal vlog coming out this week, and I have a couple of music videos coming out this week as well. The reception to the winner was really nice. That we put out last week, and yeah, we'll do
Lambo.
Yeah,
I thought your last music video was a winner.
I thought so too. That was pretty great.
Yeah, I've got a vlog coming out. I'm talking about like games that people might have missed out on that would be good to play with all this extra time right now. Yeah, we'll be putting out content, just not together. Aside from this,
this is it. We have 1 or 2 episodes from before the quarantine and stuff that we'll throw out there. But
yeah.
But that's it.
So thanks everyone for listening. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. If you're watching us on YouTube, ring the bell. If you are watching on YouTube, you can catch all our podcasts on every major podcasting service. That includes Spotify. And if you're listening to this on a podcasting service, don't forget to check us out on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all of that. We are Nerdstrodamus everywhere except for Twitter. We're Nerdstrodamus DL for down low. And don't forget to check out Nerdstrodamus.com where you can find all of this stuff there. But for Nerdstrodamus, I'm Dr. Pants.
Lambo.
I'm Paul.
And Dad.
And we will catch you all some other time. Stay safe, everyone.